Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Can you hear me now?
We can hear you, Z. Just check. It looks like the microphone on the computer with Trevor and Jesse is muted. If they can just unmute on that side.
Okay, I'll go and do that now.
Thank you.
Okay.
But it still says.
Trevor and Jess, can you hear us? Jesse and Trevor, can you hear us?
Yes, we can. Yeah.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, you know the procedure. Just lift your hand and lower your hand once you've asked your question. We'll start with Ashfaq.
Thanks, Zina. Just before we start, you said one player is embargoed for tomorrow and one is immediately available. Which is which?
Jesse will be for today and Trevor for tomorrow.
Okay, cool. Thanks. Trevor, you're starting at tight head this week. Is that now your position? Seeing that you can start at both loose head and tight head, yeah, just for this tour and going forward?
Oh, yeah, you know what? For me, thanks first of all for everyone for being here. Yeah. To answer your question, yes. Obviously, I've played. I think in the past few years, maybe 3, 4, I've been predominantly playing on tight head, and obviously when a few things happened to some of the players, I had to move to loose head, which I fairly enjoyed as well. So yeah, if you ask me, I am a tight head and I enjoy that position, and it's good to be back there playing on tight head. But like I always say, for me, it's all about the Springbok, it's all about the team. So whether the coaches want me on loose head or they want me on tight head, I'm happy. I'm happy to go there and give it my all and try and deliver as much as I can for the team.
Nyakane.
Thank you, Zina. Thank you, Jesse. Thank you, Trevor. Jesse, if I can start with you. Obviously, if you can explain to us the differences or the adjustments that you personally have to make in terms of playing center or wing. How do you prepare during the week and the build-up? And do you have a preferred position? Are you happy to just float anywhere?
Yeah, I think our preparations don't change much. I think as outside backs, or I think all of us, most of the backs in our team are able to play various positions. So we've got a great focus on aerial skills and all those kind of skills. I think Mzwandile Stick has been doing a great job with all of us outside backs right throughout our campaign since way before the World Cup on aerial skills and things like that, and it's something that we work hard at every day. So I think we're pretty comfortable in playing wherever. I obviously enjoy playing my rugby at centre, but I love it just as much as playing it on the wing. So I think, as Trevor said, I just want to do whatever's best for the team and be able to deliver wherever it is and just be on the field. So very happy for the opportunity on Saturday.
Percy.
Thank you so much, Zina. Good afternoon, gentlemen. My question is for Jesse. Jesse, can I just ask you, yesterday the coach mentioned the fact that a lot of players has to be very patient when it comes to Springbok rugby. You don't just get handed a test cap here. You're one of those players he referred to. Can I just ask you, what exactly is your role in the team? And my colleagues asked you about playing on wing, because I think during the rugby championship, Jacques mentioned that you are a very senior player and you play a role as in part of that defensive structures. So just briefly, what exactly is your role in that backline also?
Yeah, so obviously we've got guys like Nyakane inside me. We've got Makazole, who's a great defensive organizer, and I think as you all know, we take big pride in our defensive system at the Springboks. So I think organizing, being able to control who folds and control who stays or who goes is a big part of our system, and being able to communicate throughout the game and tell guys where to go is a big part of our defensive system. So I think it's just being able to be vocal and then to make the big defensive reads that we want to make as a team. So I think all that kind of ties into to the role that I have to play this weekend.
Mike Greenaway.
Question for Trevor. There's likely to be a liberal sprinkling of British Lions players in that Welsh team. Do you think they might be in the mood for revenge?
Well, I think every time two nations meet, it's personal. It's always going to be like that. I think even if we hadn't played some of them in that British and Irish Lions game, and we were coming to play them here for the first time, they will bring the same energy. They will bring the same physicality and just trying to go as hard as they can at us. So yeah, obviously we met each other earlier on, and we here and there understand a little bit of how one plays and how one carries themselves on the field. But I think at international stage, it doesn't matter who you're playing and whether you've played them or not before. It's always going to be tough. They're always going to give their all, and like we all trying to play for our country. We're all trying to give our best. So whatever motivation you find. So I don't know for them if that's going to be a motivation point that they will look at. But for us, just playing for that green and gold jersey and representing South Africa, and for all our people at home, we know that's motivation enough for us, and to be able to do it for the guys next to us. So whether they will draw some inspiration from that or anything, I don't know. But yeah, we'll see when come Saturday on the field. But all that I know is both sides are going to give it their all, and it's not gonna be easy for anyone.
Great, thank you.
Kobus?
Hi, Zina, thanks. Hello, Trevor and Jesse. Thanks for your time, gents. Jesse, my question is for you. If I'm not mistaken, you played in 2017 and 18 in the tests, which the Boks lost in Cardiff. What is it that make them such a difficult team to beat at home?
Yes, I think both close tests, and we've obviously know that they had unbelievable, obviously different coaching staff back then, but they had a very simple game plan that they executed really well, and I think that I think we just didn't handle it as well as we should have in those two games, but it's something that we're obviously aware of and something that we've worked hard on, and I think we've also come a long way as a team. And I think we're also able to do that to teams now. So something we'll be focusing on the weekend.
Stephen Nell?
How's it, guys? Jesse, just to follow on from Kobus's question, I mean, there is the factor that you guys weren't actually necessarily at full strength for those games. I guess it must give you a confidence in a way that this game is inside the test window, which means you guys will actually, have in terms of playing in Wales, this will be the strongest team that you've had in a while, isn't it?
Yes, that's obviously a big factor for us. I think it's great to have the whole squad together and obviously keep the continuity like you mentioned. So I think everyone's very excited for it. I think, like Trevor also mentioned just now, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be a massive test match. Two countries, obviously, both wanting the same results. So, but yeah, we're obviously very happy that it's we've got the same continuity going into the game.
Ashfaq?
Thanks, Zina. To Jesse and I guess Trevor as well. The last game against Wales was that World Cup semi-final, epic game and so close, and you guys pulled it through. I know you guys were both injured for that game, but just thinking back to that and the previous games where you lost in Cardiff, is it a sort of patience game against Wales? You've got to wait for your chance, although they do have a new coaching staff at the moment, so it's not quite the Gatland style, but yeah, how do you see things going on Saturday?
Yeah, obviously, like you said, we didn't play in the World Cup game, but I personally think, obviously, when it comes to international rugby, you're not gonna get a lot of opportunities and to just run the ball or to just freely score tries. So I think for us, it's gonna be a hard forward. Even the backs, like a physical game, but it will obviously come down to who takes the opportunity when it's there. So it's gonna be a tough one. Patience is gonna be very much needed, definitely, because in international rugby you don't just find space every second phase or every third phase when you're playing. But when it's all about when the opportunity arises, you need to be able to identify it and take it. So it's going to take a lot of patience from both teams, I think. But at the end of the day, it's gonna come down to who sees the opportunities and sees them at that moment. So it's gonna be very tough, and we know it's not gonna be a walkover at all. And I think for them as well, they will think the same. But at the end of the day, it's going to be whoever manages to get those opportunities and take them as soon as they present themselves to you.
Jesse, I think that question was for you as well.
Yeah, I think well, Trevor's kind of summed it up pretty well. It's a test match. It's going to be a massive grind. It's always a grind against Wales. And like Trevor said, you'll get a handful of opportunities in the game, and the team that capitalizes on those and converts those into points are the team that will come out victorious. So we've just got to identify those opportunities, and we've got to capitalize on them and execute. So that's a big focus for us.
Matt?
Hi, just a question for Jesse, if I could, please. Likely to be opposite Josh Adams this weekend. What do you make of him as a player?
Yeah, Josh Adams, obviously watched him a lot throughout the Lions tour. A quality player. Played against him here in Cardiff a few times. A really good player. I think he's quite a big player for them. Brings him a lot of energy. So yeah, we'll be looking forward to the challenge. But then again, just obviously focusing on what we need to get right, what I need to get right to contribute to the team, and yeah, just focusing on what we really need to do well.
Daffyd?
Hi, yeah, a question for Trevor, please. Wales are missing many key players, especially up front. They gave away a lot of penalties against New Zealand at scrum. Can you target them at scrum at set piece this weekend?
Yeah, obviously they missing some of their players, but like I said, the Springbok rugby is always about set piece dominance and physicality. So if during the game, that's what we look to do. That's what we try and get right, to dominate in the set phases, and it doesn't matter who we play. That's a focus point for us. We always try and dominate those areas. So even but like as we said earlier on, their quality side, I don't think it matters much how many of the guys are gone. Whoever's gonna come in there they're gonna bring it, and it doesn't get any easier. So yeah, it's a focus point for us, but I know for sure they have obviously picked the right squad for them and put in the right replacements. So yeah, it's gonna be tough. Yeah, they might have obviously gotten a few penalties against them, but that's in the past. I think they would have went back and look at the clips and see where they can rectify. So it's not just gonna be a walk in the park for us. They're gonna obviously try and rectify what they feel like they did wrong and why the decisions went against them. So for us, we don't want to look too much into what happened the past week, and we want to focus on what we're good at and what we can bring in set piece time. So if the opportunity comes there and we manage to get the upper hand, then we'll definitely go for it. But this is international rugby. I think they will come out firing, and it's gonna be about who's more ready for who at the week for who during the game. So it's gonna be tough. I don't take them lightly, and I think they will bring up a good performance there as well.
Kanyiso?
Good afternoon, everyone. Question for you, Jesse. In amongst the rugby that you've played this year against the British and Irish Lions, that be Argentina and New Zealand, what are you expecting something different from Wales, considering that you played against teams that have played different forms of rugby?
Obviously, I mean, everyone does their analysis, and we watch games. So you've always got an idea of what a team is going to bring, and what is their DNA going into a game. But I mean, there's always that 25% or 20% of what you don't know what they're going to bring. So I think it's more just us focusing on our systems and doing things the way we want to, like Trevor said, dominating the physical part of things, and then the rest will sort itself out. So yeah, I think it's just more a case of focusing on what we do well and enforcing that on other teams.
Mike Greenaway, is that another question?
Sorry, no, it's not.
Percy?
Thank you so much, Zina. Jesse, sorry, I forgot to ask you, when last did you start? And maybe the second part of the question, you're one of three changes in that backline. Just talk to me about those three changes. Your scrum off, Mr. Russell Yankees, and obviously Damien Willemse. Are you confident that you guys can pull it through this weekend against Wales?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think confident in every single player in this team. I think we've got an unbelievable squad. The guys that work really hard and that are all very highly capable. I think Damien Willemse, a special player. We all know what he can do. Herschel Yankees as well, really, really special player. They've got unbelievable skill sets, and I think they're also rearing at the bit to get out there on Saturday and show what they can do, and how talented they are and what they can contribute to the Springbok. So I think it's really exciting. Obviously, it's nice for guys to get a start. A lot of guys have obviously been coming off the bench, so it's just nice for guys to get a different role this weekend and just show how they can contribute to the team.
So just when last did you start, Jesse?
I last started against Argentina when we played in South Africa.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
Ashfaq?
Thanks, Zina. Jesse, is carrying on from that, you haven't had much opportunity though over the last few years, and now you're getting a chance, although it's at wing and not center. Would you say that having started your career at fullback, you can call on some of that muscle memory of playing in the back three, and does that bring you a bit of confidence?
Yeah, well, I think I mean, confidence is something that we build every day throughout training, and I think I mentioned earlier on. I don't get my confidence from previous experiences. I get it from training well and perfect practice every day. And I think Coach Stick obviously works really hard with all of us outside backs to build confidence throughout the week, every single day at every training. So I think yeah, I'm pretty confident going in the game. Obviously, starting my career off at fullback is something that you could look at, but I think my confidence definitely comes from our preparation every day and how we go about doing things in our team. So yeah, I'm more than confident going into this game.
I don't see any other hands. Are there any further questions?
Zina?
Kanyiso?
Hi, I can ask one quick, Zina.
Yes, you may.
Trevor, Trevor, what's your home language quickly? Because I just wanted to ask. I'll ask a question in English, then answer in your home language. I just want to ask about the importance of this game from a Springbok perspective in just getting off to a good start on the end of year tour.
Did I hear the question? What's my home language?
Yes.
My home language is Tonga.
Tonga.
Yes.
I'd like for you to answer the this question in Setsong. I'll ask in English because again it's a bit of a difficult language for me. But just fill us in about the importance of just starting well on the for the end of year tour with Wales being the first of 3 games 3 games up.
Oh goodness. Yes. Speaking rugby in soccer is one of the hardest things you can ask someone to do. But ku vona ka mehe swi ta va swi ta tika ku ri hi kota ku hi tlanga kahle ti-game leti hi yaka ka tona leti nharhu mara swi ta va swi ri important ku ri hi kota ku sungula hi nghena ka tournament leyi hi sungula hi ri na momentum hi nghena kahle hi kota ku ri hi wina game ya hina yo sungula mara a swi tiva ku ri ti-team leti hinkwato tinharhu hi nga ta tlanga na tona ti ta tisa ntikelo ti ta hi matimba ku ri va kota ku hi hlula cause as hi nga tinhenha ta misava hinkwavo va lava ku hi hlula mara ka nkarhi lowu i ku ri hina hi endla leswi swi nga le mavokweni ya hina ku ri hi kota ku ri na hina loko hi fika ka mitlangu leyi hi ya ka yona hi kota ku ri loko yi chaya vanhu va le kaya va tinyungubyisa hi matlangelo ya hina.
Trevor, can I ask you to just repeat that in English as well, please?
That's so the importance. Yeah, the importance of gaining obviously momentum for us and going into this tour. It's obviously process driven for our team. It's we want to try and get things into place as quickly as possible. And obviously it's not going to be easy to just go out and say we'll win every game. Every team is going to come with different challenges. It's going to be very difficult. But I think for us in what we can do is just try and do what we can do best. And hopefully when comes the weekend, we will come out victorious. And even if that doesn't happen, we will always look back and try and focus on our processes and look into the next game. But obviously, when you wear the green and gold jersey, you just want to go out there and put out a good performance. And obviously, as a process-driven side, we know that if we do the things that we need to do right, the scoreboard will take care of itself.
Sim?
Thanks, Ina. Question for Jesse. Jesse, as a guy who started out as a fullback, you started out, sort of first class rugby as a fullback. There does seem to be, I mean, I don't know if you guys see it as such, but obviously in the public and the media, there does seem to be a low level sort of audition for Villy's role almost at 15. Did you at any stage kind of like almost sit and think, well, as an ex-15, you'd like a crack at that, especially with the responsibility that comes with the 15 player in terms of organizational stuff? I mean, was there a thought as far as you are concerned of maybe you would like to play, 15 again, or was it a simple situation of you no longer see yourself as such?
No, I think I see myself playing in the centres and on the wing. I think we've got 2 world-class fullbacks, or actually 3. We've got Villy, we've got Damian Willemse, and then we've got Apelele Fassi, who's also an amazing talent. So I think those guys are all really good. I think Villy's been doing an unbelievable job of teaching and coaching Damien and Apelele and helping them wherever it can. Also helping me on the wing, just giving that advice and little tips and things like that. So I really enjoy my rugby in the centre and in the wing. Yeah, that's why I see myself in the squad now. I'd obviously, if I really had to cover fullback, I'd be comfortable to do that. But I think we've got more than enough guys that can excel in that role and that are highly capable of doing the job there.
Percy?
Thank you, Zina. Zina, maybe just a lesser important question. I'm not even sure if the players can answer this question, but can one of them perhaps just talk to me about the significance of this jersey that was unveiled today, this warm-up jersey? Is there any importance to this jersey?
Percy, we've actually put out a statement on that, and I think we'd rather prefer to stick to that, if you don't mind.
No problem, ma'am. Thank you so much, Zina.
Hi. Hi, Dwayne.
How you doing?
Any further questions, ladies and gentlemen?
Hi.
Is that it? Okay. That concludes our press conference for today. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a great afternoon, and we'll be sending out the recording shortly. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Ja. Wat meer is hier bezig, Dwayne? Is